And here's the southern suburbs team taking the field right now. We'll have a listen to the crowd.
George, Alan Bracken and Mick Graham, the two flankers for the try apiece in last weekend's game, will be looking for similar service. And Billy Ardros, the tigerish little lock, smallest lock forward playing in Brisbane, the tackling machine. They'll be looking for a non-stop performance from Ardros to contain Valley's attacking machine. He'll be looking for something like around about 40 tackles.
Yeah, there's the Valley side, and they're lining up in centre field. And there's the team. Mills at fullback, Neal and Falvey on the wings, Close and Whelan in the centres, McQuarrie and Stradwick the halves, Lewis at lock forward, Sommer and McLeod the second rowers, Duggan and McGuinness the props, and Paul Richards the hooker, of course. About 6 metres inside the southern suburbs quarter. Can Valley score first points in the 79 grand final? Just over 3.5 minutes of play gone. First half, no score to either side. Fortitude Valley, 5 left in this lot of 6. Al McGuinness charging towards the line, pull down, 3 metres out. 4 left. Stradwick, Duggan has no fears, as he told us before the game. Stradwick once again. Ian Sommer, Wally Lewis, Lewis back to Stradwick, gives it down to McQuarrie, out to McLeod, sheds Astle, John McLeod, a strong run! 2 metres out with 2 left in this lot of 6. No score to either side. McQuarrie, Stradwick, long one to Mills, Chris Close, Close will score! Yes! Great football, Fortitude Valley. Close has scored the first try. Valley 3, South nil. The first try of the 1979 grand final to Fortitude Valley, and a great piece of work from Fortitude Valley. Stradwick dummies McGuinness. There's McGuinness. Goes to Mills. Quick pass. Mills. Close has just pulled in from behind him. They can't catch him. He's too strong and too fast. And Close scores the first try within the first 5 minutes.
Well, South's yet to settle down, and Valley's making ground. Good work from Stradwick. He's dictating play already. Mills up into the back line. Nicely to Close. Close does his best to try and drop it, then accelerates away, and the cover defence can't take him for Valley's first try.
Ominous signs for southern suburbs. Des Morris has to judge the breeze, and I think he's judged it. Beautiful kick, and the Valley fans in the outer very happy with that one. They're in the minority, as David said, but Valley's lead 5-0 in this 79 grand final, and Valley's leading Souths by 5 points to 0. 1 try. Stradwick puts the chip in. Lewis is after it. Could get a bounce. Takes it. Finds McQuarrie. Now he shoots it inside of Stradwick. He's overrun it. And Meninga has it. And 6 to go indicated. They've got it back. They could score again. Sommer looks inside. He's 10 metres out. Valley's leading by 5 points to 0. And a penalty going to Valley's. He's trying to make it 7-0. And a bit of a boo for Neal, but that's all the way. 2 out of 2, McNeil. The Valley supporters have something to cheer about. Valley 7, Souths 0. Ian Sommer, Wally Lewis, a long one out to Peter McQuarrie. Ross Stradwick, dummies, gives it now to Alan Mills. Mills is through the gap. Looks inside, finds Close, but Close jumped upon immediately. Oh, that was a hospital pass, that one, David.
It's down the mine there, and Mills just trying to get rid of it just a little bit too early. I think if he could have gone on with the job, and another kick by Stradwick, Valleys are onside.
Oh, a big bounce. Can they get it? Whelan's knocked it on. Fires it back to Wally Lewis, but it's a knock-on. Forwards all Valleys in this first 13 minutes. Valley's leading by 7 points to 0. A try by Chris Close in the 5th minute.
And Valley's usually making ground. They've had the majority of possession, Valleys. They've won scrums 4-1, and penalties are still 2-1. So that's why Valleys have been able to apply all the pressure.
Wally Lewis, the wonder boy. Could score himself. Looks for Falvey. No, couldn't get a good pass to him and goes into touch.
Well, I don't know whether Peter Falvey didn't score or Wally Lewis wasn't looking, but there was a try on there. Lewis running across the ruck, and Falvey positioned himself perfectly. and they were short past to Falvey would surely have eventuated in a try.
Strudwick has Lewis in support, puts the kick in for him. Through goes Lewis and Falvey. Gibson's there, taken Tony Gibson and tackled Wally Lewis. And dragged inside the in-goal area.
Well done, Lewis, and Strudwick and Lewis, the two players around the base of the ruck that Valleys rely a lot of their attack on, and Lewis was well aware Strudwick was going to put that ball in the air. There he is, wonder boy Wally Lewis. And he was right on
the effects of the heat already, David. A very hot afternoon.
It is very hot, George. And
Valleys leading by 7 points to 0. Johnny Solder inside of Meninga. Meninga dummies one. Can he break away? He can't. Valleys have him, but Souths are on the rampage about 20 metres inside Fortitude Valley territory. Can Southern Suburbs score? Out it goes, Solder, Argyros, Keeley. Keeley steps, back inside, pull down, fires it to Bob Kellaway. Kellaway fires it to Dave Brown. Brown gets to Sommer, fires it back to Johnny Solder. Solder looking for support, but put down on the last tackle coming up. Solder to play the ball 15 metres inside Fortitude Valley territory. Will they put it up or won't they? Weir, long one to Meninga. Can he break him? Gets it, fires it inside, picked up by Gould. Forward pass, let go. Eddie Ward wasn't in position for that one. Kellaway can't get away, and good defence from Fortitude Valley.
Defence by Valleys, but South's just showing what they can do, and Meninga involved a couple of times, and he's obviously the danger man. And it's going to be his top players, such as Meninga and Astle, that are going to win or lose this game for him this afternoon.
Mickey Graham, Southern Suburbs. Graham's almost through. Southern Suburbs on the attack. 25 minutes of play gone. First half. Valleys leading by 7 points to 0. Mal Connell, the pocket dynamo as they've called him. David Brown says, I'll have a run. Run he does. Gains 10 metres. Fires it back. How did he do that? Connell to Solder. Solder dances through a gap. Could he score? Fires it inside. Kellaway. They're keeping it alive. Connell again. Out to Astle. Astle has to straighten up. Does. Can he get it away? He can to Argyros. Argyros pull down. Oh, desperate stuff from both sides. Great football, Des Morris.
That's right, George. They're certainly keeping the ball alive, and they're throwing everything at Valleys, and that's the only way to bust them up.
Bob Kellaway knocks on the final tackle. Valley ball from the scrum. Alan Mills. Mills gives it now to Vic Whelan. Whelan breaks one, has Falvey with him. Can he get it to him? Falvey going inside. Couldn't get the ball. Whelan not effectively held. Play on indicated, and Whelan about 6 metres inside the Southern Suburbs territory. Falvey to Tom Duggan. Up the middle goes Duggan. Pull down, 20 metres inside Southern Suburbs territory now. Imperative at this stage, David, that Southern Suburbs keep Valleys out with a score 7-0 against them.
Oh yes, George, they can't afford to let Valleys score points now. But they're having trouble containing Valleys when in possession. And Whelan, I thought, made a mistake there of waiting for his support instead of letting the support catch him. He just seemed to be idling along, whereas if he'd really put on the pace, could have made a lot more damage.
Trouble here for Southern Suburbs. Lewis to Mills. There's men over. Mills, the Whelan's dropped it and regained it. Kellaway, Connell, long one to Meninga. Meninga gives it now to Bracken. Bracken comes infield, fires it back to Astle. Good football, Southern Suburbs. They've taken the ball within 15 metres of the halfway line. Valleys leading by 7 points to 0. There's about 12 minutes left in the first half. Connell fires it back. Oh, Meninga got it finally. It looked like a suspect forward pass from here, but let go. Gould, Weir, Salter, Keeley out wide. Gibson's there. Gives it to Graham. Can Graham beat Falvey? Falvey hangs on. Bit of help there from Strudwick. Graham to play it back. Tony Gibson, David Brown. Brown tries to push off McWhirter. McWhirter hangs on. Last tackle coming up for Southern Suburbs. Solder, Argyros. Bruce Astle onto a beautiful pass. He comes infield. Southern Suburbs on the run again. Mal Connell brushes off one. Back to Argyros. Out it goes to Bracken. Bracken comes back infield. Can't get the ball away this time. That was the last tackle. And the scrum to pack about 8 metres inside Fortitude Valley territory. Scrum's going their way 8-5 at this stage. Strudwick, McWhirter, Mills, quick passing. Whelan to Close. Close has got Falvey with him this time. Close having a big run, but pulled down by Johnny Solar in great cover defence. Good work, Johnny Solar. Falvey, Strudwick, McWhirter, Sommer on the burst, straight up. Takes the tackle. 6 metres short of the Southern Suburbs quarterway. Valley's on the run again. Now it goes to Big Al McGuinness. McGuinness fires it back to McQuarter. McQuarter looks for the gap, gives it, no, thought he passed it to Richards. He did. Finally he did. Richards a good run, about 7 metres inside Southern Suburbs territory. A quick pass will score a try. Out it goes a long one to Whelan. Lewis goes over close's head. Falvey, they can still score. Falvey, ball in both hands, looks inside. Put down. Good football, Falvey, not allowing himself to go into touch. Last tackle coming up, he plays it forward. Looks for support now, but pulled down about a metre short.
Well, there's not much he can do up in the stand there. He's just got to hope the players can do it, doesn't he?
That's right. He's left his rec air stand and he's gone to the dressing rooms. There's about 8 minutes of play left in the first half. McNeil, it might sneak over. It does. It hardly got further than crossbar height all the way, but 3 out of 3 to McNeil and 9 points to 0. Argyros with the ball now. Half-time, precious seconds away. There it is. Referee Wards heard it. John Solar back inside of Mal Connell. Can they score after the bell? Connell, how it goes to Argyros, to Bracken. He looks inside. He's away inside the corner. Lewis is after him. Mills is after him. He lost the ball. Oh, what a way to end the first half. Valleys lead at half-time by 9 points to 0. Bracken can't believe it. Valleys 9, South 0.
They haven't been prepared to kick possession away to South, and there goes Johnny McLeod again from dummy half. So South will have to be aware of this. They want to start playing a double marker if necessary. And what's the centre of the ruck?
Alan Mills in. Vic Whelan. Whelan back to Alan Mills. Steps, one. Fires it to Wally Lewis on the burst. Lewis is away, gives it back to Close, but Close has dropped it. Southern Suburbs ball. Mick Graham with the ball. And Graham just outside the quarterway by about 3 metres.
And he hasn't been overawed, this young fellow, by the occasion this afternoon.
Wally Lewis breaks one. What a footballer this fellow is, Des.
He's got a great pitch, George. He can do anything, and he's a good defender. Kicks well, does everything.
Attempted field goal from Russ Strudwick, but dropped short.
I think South would find it very hard psychologically to fight on in this match.
Room to move now. Keely's through the gap. Meninga looming on his outside. What a tackle. Wally Lewis. Penalty. A penalty. What for?
Penalty there going for John McLeod, impeding Mal Meninga to get into position.
They have the penalties their way, 5-3. Both back lines standing very flat. Valleys have the ball. Strudwick to Lewis. Lewis put down. 17 metres short of the halfway line. Ian Sommer. Mal Connell, the tackler. Al McGuinness loves to run. Fires it back to Alan Mills. Mills, just inside the Southern Suburbs half. Neal. McQuarter. McLeod. McLeod trying to struggle, a hands free, fires one over the top. Close has it, play on indicated. Graham has hold of Close, and he puts him down 7 metres inside Southern Suburbs territory. Valley still leading by 9 points to 0. That was a half-time score, and about 8 minutes of play gone into this second half. Richards, Strudwick delays the pass to John McLeod, to Peter McQuarter. Al McGuinness. McGuinness back to McLeod. McLeod, can he get it away? Finally loses it. Bracken has it.
We know South are going to run on.
Drop out by Mills. McGraham. Straight through goes McGraham. Can he beat Lewis? No, he can't. And Lewis puts him into touch. Pressure mounting for Fortitude Valley. David Gould from dummy half. Can he score? I think he's in. No. Last tackle coming up. Southern Suburbs need the points. Down by 9 points to 0. Argyros. Brian Weir. Weir lost the ball. Oh. Vic Whelan with the ball. Valley still hold the half-time lead of 9 points to 0. No points scored in this second half, and we're almost halfway through the second half. Southern Suburbs 4 left in this lot of 6. 9 metres from scoring. David Brown. Brown pulled out 2 metres out. David Gould. John Solar. Bob Calloway. but the Valley's defence is strong. Still 10 metres out. David Gould, Solar, Malconnell, back inside of Bruce Astle. Astle still 10 metres out, so Southern Suburbs started 10 metres from the line. This is the last tackle. Can they score in the last one? Johnny Solar. Solar's flying through, and Neil's lost it. Whoa, that was close.
He grounded the ball, George, so I think it would have been considered a dead ball.
Pull down. Malconnell, the tackler. Strudwick. Lewis. Breaks through. The brilliance of Wally Lewis. Chris Close. Close. Whoop. Almost knocks Eddie Ward over. So two strong runs from Lewis and Close have taken the play from the Valley quarter line to well inside Southern Suburbs territory. Mills now. Put down. Can Valley score now? Strudwick. Big Whelan. 9 metres out. 4 left in this lot of 6. Lewis. McGuinness on the burst. 2 metres out. 3 left in this lot of 6. Paul Richard to dummy half. John McLeod. Over! 12-0. John McLeod is the try scorer. It was inevitable, David.
Yes, George, and here it is on replay. And McLeod, they used the blind side, and McLeod charges hard, and that's determination because he had to go through 2 South defenders and sneaks across and just gets the ball down in his left hand, and Eddie Ward coming around on the spot to award the try.
Head on, it looked just like this. There's big Al McGuinness charging at the defence. Put into the turf, 2 metres out. McLeod going across to the blind side. Richards looking open side, but all the time he knew he was going to shoot it blind side. Johnny McLeod confronted by Mick Graham, Tony Gibson, and the ball will go down now.
McNeil moves in for the conversion.
Taking his time, he's kicked 3 out of 3. 4 out of 4. Had to wait for that one. She just dropped through and that was all. 14-0. Valley's leading with about 14 minutes of play left in the 1979 BRL Winfield Grand Final here at Lang Park. Well, both Tom Duggan and David Brown in our pre-match interviews said that they held no fears for each other or for any other man on the field. And by golly, both of them have played that way, David.
Yes, it's been a very strong match.
To go, Wally Lewis to McQuirter. What about that Wally Lewis as a footballer? McQuirter puts it down.
I think he might have knocked it on, George. I think he's fairly lucky.
We'll soon find out on the replay if he has. But Eddie Ward will take it slowly. Way you go.
And here's McQuirter. McQuirter to Lewis. Lewis comes to the defence and he's decided he's got to put the little kick in. He gets past one. There's the little kick. And no, it did come off a South's hand.
Touched by Brian Weir. Yes.
Oh, he's definitely right. I thought it was Lewis's hand when I first saw it. The replay tells the story.
Look at Bob Kellaway trying to get hold of him. And as we said before, it takes a brilliant player like Wally Lewis to turn the game, Des, and that's what he's done. Here it is on replay again for you, pal. There's McGuinness charging. He takes the tackle. And Lewis, what a competitor this fellow is. Someone asked us how he would win the Metro Ford Man of the Year if he's been sent off. Well, the Metro Ford Man of the Year was judged on the best player in every game. We didn't say the best and fairest player. We just said the best player. And if he's not one of the best players there today, I'm eating my hat as well. And McQuirter puts the ball down. But what a footballer, young Wally Lewis. Superlatives can't wrap him up, Des.
That's right, George. He's had a great game today. He has his little lopes in behind the line, but when he does come in to do something, he certainly doesn't muck around. As I said before, he's got all the skills. He can do anything he likes, and it's players like that win grand finals. His big step definitely stood out there.
Strudwick shapes the kick, fires a long one. Strudwick really playing the fiddle now, David. Chris Close.
Well, playing the fiddle, pulling the pulling the buttons, pulling the strings, George. He's done it all year and he's done it again today. It's been a great effort by Strudwick. He took over the captain-coach job after Valleys were defeated last year, and he calls all the shots for Valleys.
2 converted tries in the space of 4 minutes in the second half. The 25th and the 29th minute, a field goal from Wally Lewis, an extra point, thinking all the time, has all the skills, as Des Morris said. Lewis with a big grin on his face now. An extra point. Valleys lead by 20 points to 0. Richards, Strudwick, a drop and goal. Another one. An extra 1 point. 21 points to 0. Neil, Lewis, long floating pass. If they pick it up, they'll score. Whelan picks it up on the bounce. The Wally Lewis pass. The rugby union background of Wally Lewis. A beautiful torpedo pass. Just watch how far it goes. There's Lewis. It goes a good 25 metres. Vic Whelan just has to accept it to score the try. 4 tries, 24 points to 0.
Well, that's a set move by Valleys, and they've used it plenty of times this year. Lewis attempting to find Strudwick, and Strudwick knows he can't get to it, lets it bounce, wasn't interested in it, and Vic Whelan just comes through to get the ball on the bounce, and it's a simple matter to run in and score the try. Some pretty fine defensive performances this afternoon, George, and none better than Bill Ardross. Chalked up 40 tackles, and he hasn't let South down. And for Peter McWhirter, well, we expected him to do his tackling share. He's chalked up 30 for a 5'8", and he's played as the extra forward for Valleys. For Valleys, well, they were the complete team again. It's hard to pick anyone who didn't do their part. Alan Mills really didn't do anything wrong, and McNeil has done very well. He's got 5 out of 5 to date, and he's about to attempt to convert this goal and try and make it 6 out of 6. I thought when Chris Close got near the ball, he was very destructive, and also Peter McWhirter, as I said, in the defensive department. McNeil converts it and makes it 6 out of 6. And the score, 26 points to 0, turning out to be a real thrashing. Well, Ross Strudwick's generalised again, and he's been the thinker behind the Valleys side. Wally Lewis, a couple of patches of brilliance from Lewis, and that's been enough for him to...
I'll just butt in here for a minute, David. The greatest travesty of justice at any grand final, and Des Morris will vouch for it. If the BRL don't spend some money and put a fence around Lang Park, the grand final will never be the same ever again, Des.
George, as you can see, there's thousands of kiddies running onto the field now, and it's a pretty upsetting moment for some players out there at the moment.
Well, Des, your thoughts on the game?
It was a good game, George. I think Valleys dictated turns right from the word go. They had a slump in the second half, just after half-time. A couple of strong performances by Lewis and Close to get them out of trouble. They just lifted themselves a little bit above other players on the field and took the play to south. From those rucks or runs from the players, Valleys have crossed the try by McLeod that broke the camel's back sort of thing, and after that it was all Valleys.
David?
Well, George, I thought it was really Valleys' defence in the early part of the second half that saved the game for them. When South threw everything at them, it was Valleys' defence that held, and then after it had held, they just hit the accelerator and their attack was much too good. They had plenty of possession. Scrums went their way 17-10. The penalties went against them 7-4, but I particularly liked the attitude in which the game was played. There wasn't any viciousness about it. There was no spite amongst any of the players. It was played hard, and a great game of rugby league. Valleys the deserving winners and the best side throughout 1979.
Couldn't go past Ross Strudwick for the $100 Metro Ford Man of the Match. Ross was in everything and must be a very happy man right at this moment.
Thank you, David. What a tremendous win. Mate, it was only 12 months ago, almost to the second, that most of us guys were sitting here with tears in our eyes and wondering, well, will we stick together or won't we stick together? I sound like a politician. Here we are, 12 months later, and we've got it under our belts. What a tremendous win, mate. That's bloody tremendous. Fellas, let's hear the song, eh? Good.
got the boys here. Wally Lewis, how does it feel, Wally?
Oh, it feels really good, George. And as Ross said 12 months ago, we had tears in our eyes, and we got tears in our eyes again. You know.
How about you, Squirter?
It's good to be a diehard, George.
Peter Falvey, he wasn't there last year.
Oh, great, George.
How about Johnny McLeod, who went over for a try?
It's just the greatest feeling of my life. It's like...
And Elkie Simon got there at last.
Yeah, steel, mate, steel.
Tommy Duggan, when are you going back to Wandai?
Bye-bye, Lang Park.
That's the scene from the Valley's dressing room. Much jubilation. We'll go around and see what's happening at Southern Suburbs. In the Southern Suburbs dressing room, things are a little bit quieter, and Southern Suburbs assistant coach Warren Kenwood must be a little disappointed.
Yes, George, very disappointed. Valley's played great football. Breaks just didn't go our way.
Did you think you get into it at any stage?
Yeah, just after half-time, I thought we were still into it. You know, if we had scored a quick try, we might have just pulled it out of the bag, but Valley sit back and they just didn't let up.
Live to fight another day.
Oh, my word, next year, George, they'll be there.
OK, well, a couple of the boys are out there in the thick of the battle. David Gould, how'd you pull up, David?
A bit sore, George. They played pretty well, but, you know, that's the way the game goes.
Obviously disappointed.
Yeah, very disappointed.
And Noel Meninga, who come in for his fair share of punishment during the game. How do you feel, pal?
I'm OK, George.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no
What's wrong with the shoulder? Anything? Are you serious?
No, not too serious, I hope.
Give it away now for a while.
There next year, George.
Thanks, mate. McGregor just wasn't Southern Suburbs Day.
No, George, no. Beaten by a better side, much better side on the day, yeah. They played very well, Valleys, didn't they?
They did. Did you think that you could get back into it at any stage?
Yeah, at half-time I thought we were still in it. I thought 9 points, you know, if we would have hung in there, which we anticipated prior to half-time, we could hang in there at 9 points, we were looking good, you know.
What was the feeling in the room at half-time?
Real good, mate. I thought all the guys were very geared up. You know, they were all hot to trot. And we felt that probably that weak lapse that Valley's had may have come our way, you know, but they were too good in our day, simple as that.
OK, well, that's it from the Valleys, from South's dressing rooms, of course. That's the end of our football for 1979. On behalf of David Wright and myself, I hope you enjoyed the replay, and I'll catch you again next Saturday morning. Till then, good evening, and thanks for being with us.